My parents sued to evict me so my sister could own her first home. In court, my 7-year-old asked the judge, "Can I show you something?" When she pressed play, everything changed. I bought my house when I was 26. It was a small 3-bedroom in a quiet neighborhood. Nothing fancy, but it was mine. I saved for 5 years, worked overtime every week, and put down $45,000 in cash. My name was on the deed. My name was on the mortgage. Nobody helped me. My parents asked to move in 2 years later. My father had lost his job and they couldn't afford rent. I said yes because I thought that's what family did. They were supposed to stay for 6 months. That turned into 4 years. I never charged them rent. I paid all the utilities. I bought the groceries. They lived in my house for free while I worked 60 hours a week. My sister Jocelyn was their favorite. She was 3 years younger and had never worked a full-time job. She bounced between hobbies and relationships while my parents funded everything. When she got pregnant, they threw her a baby shower that cost more than my entire wedding. When my daughter Lily was born, they sent a card with $50 inside. 3 weeks late. Last year, Jocelyn announced she wanted to buy a house. She'd settled down with a boyfriend named Troy and wanted stability. My parents were thrilled. They talked about it constantly at dinner, right in front of me, in the house I owned. Then my father sat me down one evening. "We've been thinking, Jocelyn needs a place of her own. She's never owned property before." I nodded slowly. "There are some nice starter homes on the east side. Actually, we were thinking she could have this one." I stared at him. "This house? My house? You could find an apartment. You're single now since the divorce. You don't need all this space. Jocelyn has a child. I have a child too. Lily lives with me half the time." My mother jumped in. "Lily can adjust. Jocelyn really has her heart set on this place. I'm not giving Jocelyn my house." My father's face hardened. "We've lived here for 4 years. We've contributed to this home. We have rights. You've never paid a single bill." "What rights?" He stood up. "If you won't do this willingly, we'll make it happen another way." I thought he was bluffing. 2 weeks later, I was served with papers. My parents were suing me for ownership, claiming they had established residency and contributed to the property's value. They wanted me evicted so Jocelyn could move in. Jocelyn was listed as a co-plaintiff. I hired a lawyer and gathered every document I had. The deed, the mortgage statements, the utility bills, all in my name. My lawyer said it was a weak case. Residency didn't equal ownership, but their attorney planned to argue that verbal agreements entitled them to equity. The day of the hearing, I brought Lily. She was 7 and didn't fully understand, but she knew Grandma and Grandpa were being mean to Daddy. She'd heard arguments. She was quieter than usual. The courtroom was small. My parents sat on one side with Jocelyn and their lawyer. I sat on the other with mine and Lily beside me. The judge listened to both arguments. My lawyer presented documents. Their lawyer tried to spin a story about family promises. It was going well for me. Then Lily tugged on my sleeve. "Daddy, can I show the judge something?" I looked at her, confused. "What do you mean, sweetheart?" She held up her tablet. "I recorded something. I think the judge should see it." The judge leaned forward with a kind expression. "What do you have there, young lady?" Lily walked up to the bench, completely unafraid. My grandma and grandpa were talking in the kitchen. They didn't know I was listening, but I pressed record because they sounded mean. The judge nodded. "May I see it?" Lily pressed play. The video was shaky, filmed from behind the kitchen doorway, but the audio was clear. My mother's voice. "Once we get him out, Jocelyn can move right in. He'll never afford a lawyer to fight back." My father. "The idiot paid for everything. 4 years of free rent and he never asked for a lease. Easiest money we'll ever make." Jocelyn laughed. "I can't believe he thought you loved him. He's always been desperate for approval." My mother again. "We just need to play victim in court. Judges love elderly parents. He'll lose everything." The video ended. The courtroom was silent. My parents' faces had gone white. Jocelyn stared at the floor. Their lawyer looked like he wanted to disappear. The judge removed her glasses. "This case is dismissed with prejudice. I'm also referring this matter for potential fraud charges. You attempted to steal your son's home through deliberate deception." My mother started crying. "She's just a child. She doesn't understand what she recorded." The judge's voice went cold. "She understood enough to know it was wrong. That's more than I can say for any of you." We walked out 30 minutes later. My parents didn't look at me. Jocelyn rushed out a side door. I held Lily's hand as we stepped into the sunlight. "Daddy, did I do good?" I knelt down and hugged her tight. "You did perfect, sweetheart. You saved our home." That night, I changed all the locks. My parents' belongings were on the porch by morning. They never got my house. Jocelyn never got her dream home. And Lily got extra ice cream for a month. Some people think children don't notice things. They notice everything. My 7-year-old saw the truth before any judge could, and she had the courage to show it.